Okay, so here is the updated list that I'm going to try out. Again, focusing on the Mega Diancie and its hit points as well as its ability. And I have now added in basically all the things that I can to try to boost its HP. So we've got the Lively Stadium plus 30, so that takes it up to 300. And then Bravery Charm would give it 350, or the Hero's Cape would give it 400. And then I've also added in, or rather I left in the Wally's Compassion, so it would heal all the damage off of it, and then the energy would go to my hand. And as I mentioned with the other deck, I added in the Xatu for a Clairvoyant Sense. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Psychic Energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, draw 2 cards. So that allows you to get your energy back down as well as attach, and Diancie only needs 2, so that would be getting it ready to go. And then I've also added in a couple copies of Penny. Put 1 basic Pokemon all attached cards into your hand, so that between Penny and Wally, I can heal up a Diancie once they have all their damage. But healing is actually plan B. Plan A is this guy. So start off with Diancie, try not to die, and then put in the extended Damage Grigus. Move all damage counters from one of your bench Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So this one is, I think, the only Pokemon that does this for anyone. You've got the Cynthia Spiritomb, which does something similar, does 10 damage for all the damage on your Cynthia's Pokemon. And then I think it's Team Rocket's Wobbuffet that moves all of the damage from one of your benched Team Rocket Pokemon to the defending Pokemon. So there are a few of these out there, and I'm going to try my hand with this one because if I'm tanking 300, 350, all the way up to, almost 400, that's going to one-shot just about anything else that I can put it on. And also, this lets me put it on any of theirs, so it doesn't have to be the defending Pokemon. It could be, but it could be any of the bench ones as well. Then I've kept a couple of the air balloons for the mobility. I've also kept the switches mobility. I kept the Wondrous patch just because if I do get energies in the discard, this will allow me to attach it and still do my 1 per turn. And then as far as my other Pokemon, I do have the Lily's Clefairy because this will allow me to hit into dragon types for weakness. My one other match that I tried before this was against Dragapult, and if I had been able to use Clefairy, I would have been able to take it out with the Garland Ray. I also have just the Mew EX for restart and free retreat. And then for my other options, I've got a Cleffa for a Grasping Draw, just to make sure I can keep cards in my hand in the beginning or when I need to. I also have the Frillish for the Oceanic Gloom to item lock. And then I'm also going to try out the Mimikyu, because Mimikyu can help me stall for some turns as long as they are using EX Pokemon, because Mimikyu won't take any damage from EXs. And then aside from that, everything else is pretty standard. I did do max copies of Arven so that I can get my tools in play. I've got a couple bosses, 1 Iono and 2 Lily's Determination, and we'll see if those counts stay the same. But yeah, we're gonna try this out, see how it does. I'll tweak it throughout, and we'll see if we can get any wins with the Diancie. And then my last match with it, I'll try a couple maybe with just putting Diancie in the Gardevoir deck. Alright, let's see what we got. A 181 Pokeball. So they're not super high up on the ladder yet. I'm currently higher than they are. Of course, that's about where I started as well. Okay, let's see. Well, let's start with Mimikyu, because this is going to wall a lot of the threats in the metagame right now, and give me a chance to set up Girafarig. You don't see that too often. And they're going to Artisan, which I can also use to my advantage. Okay. Oh, and then we got the Dwebble. Okay, let's give them that Artisan. I'll grab my Zod 2. And I'm going to bump their stadium. So all basics have 30 more health, the least determination. Wow, and I got another lively stadium back. It's Nest Ball. I'm going to bring up my Diancie, even though I know that if I end up with the Crustle battle, I won't be able to take Crustle with my Diancie, but I will with Mimikyu. Or even with, you know, my Farigiraf. Let the Crustle hit into me, and then just shift the damage back to it. Okay, Farigiraf, Armor Tail. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's basic Pokemon EX. Okay, so basic EX can't hurt the Farigiraf either. So Diancie won't be able to hurt either of them. There's the Crustle. Back to me. And I'm going to boss. I'm going to take out this Crustle, because if I do, and Mimikyu can't be hurt by the Farigiraf, that'll be game. I mean, I don't know what else they have in the deck, but clearly this is an anti-EX deck, which I do have, but that's not my primary strategy. And Crustle is a big boy. It's going to take several energy to either attack or retreat. Okay, Crispin, that'll help. And let's see, what are they grabbing? Still waiting. I wonder if they prize their grass energy? I don't know. I don't know why it would take this long. Okay, there's a Psychic. Oh yeah, it must have been the grass, because they did not grab one of those. That was it. Alright, we'll take that win.